Welcome to the Triangle Podcast. I'm Christian.
I'm Jesse.
I'm Jesus.
And today we will be discussing updates on the season, trade rumors, and our main topic is Melo a top 15 player still.
Hell yeah.
And we'll get to that. But we're in episode 5, guys. Welcome.
How's it feel?
Feels
guys?
pretty damn good.
Hell yeah. Month down.
We're
on a good path.
It honestly gives me something to look forward to every Friday when we record.
Me too.
Because, my week sucks.
Because you got to think about it. There's only one place to go, and that's up.
Yeah.
For real, I mean, we're not getting the most views right now, but eventually in due time it'll work out.
Day.
And for now, it's just something to look forward to. It's a fun hobby to keep us going, man. I love it. I love it, to be honest. So your week went terrible too?
Yeah, my week sucked. I cheated on my first English test.
How'd you cheat on the test in college?
I took pictures of notes and pulled it on the desk and just copied.
You were peeking?
Yeah, I was peeking. Cheated on my first college test. Feel good about it.
Yeah,
I definitely got an
A. You paid thousands of dollars, might as well.
I'll send this
You just Tom
podcast
Brady
to your
did?
teacher.
Wait,
like
what?
Tom
I'll send the podcast to your teacher, see
Oh,
what she
shit.
says.
What'd you say?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I had 3 exams this week.
Oh.
I was praying that God would show up, but I guess he's on vacation.
Yeah. You said you wanted to play 2K the other night, and you were like, damn, the servers are down. God's telling me to study.
Yeah, for real.
We had the most epic games of 2K going on.
Oh, God. I faced... What was the first game?
It was the Lakers versus Cavs.
Oh, yeah, we did 3...
It wasn't really that close.
we did 3 randoms, and it was close to the fourth quarter. I was the Lakers. He was the Cavs. Jesus was the Cavs.
That didn't go so well.
Then we did, Thunder and Celtics?
Nah, it was Celtics versus Bulls.
Celtics and Bulls. And then Isaiah Thomas missed the game-winning shot for Jesus. So
Wide
we're
open.
1-1 right now.
Wide open.
But, all right, let's get into our first topic. And it's just going to be like how this week went in the NBA. And honestly, not too much happened.
Not too much happened this week, to be honest.
More drama than anything.
Yeah. We talking about games, at least, we had the Warriors keep up. They've been on a tear lately. They beat the Raptors, which at first it was a really tight game. And
then they just pulled away in the end. Same thing with the Celtics game tonight. I told you guys, Celtics and Warriors game are really close, and Celtics were down by about 3 points. Jesus, right?
Yeah.
And
then
the third quarter,
as soon as I clicked the channel to it,
the third quarter started, and Clay went off. He had 28 tonight, and they're just getting it together right now.
Nah, they really are. Everything is working for them, and they're looking like the team we expected them to be, to be honest. But we had the Pacers beat Cavs, and I guess Jesse didn't watch the game. I didn't watch the game.
Impressive.
Yeah,
I didn't know LeBron didn't play.
And he hit us up. He was like, "Yo, Pacers just beat the Cavs. Oh my God!"
We were like, "Oh God!"
And then I found out LeBron didn't play, and then I checked the highlights and everything. It's I'm not gonna say it's not an impressive win, but they have been getting their stuff together lately.
But that it's pretty scary though for the Cavs. Like if I was the Cavs, I would be a little worried that. You telling me when LeBron James is not out there, you're gonna lose to probably? I think the Pacers are one of the worst teams in the league right now.
No,
even though they have Paul George,
they're getting it together, bro. And Jeff Teague been cooking lately.
Okay,
he has been doing good. Jeff Teague, I want to say he's been dropping 30, 21. He's actually been getting his scoring productive up.
Because you were on him the other week, right?
I dropped him from my fantasy team, and the day I dropped him, I think he would drop 29 or something.
Who's that? Paul George?
No, Jeff Teague. I would have dropped Paul George. I'm not.
Nah, Paul George is legendary.
I don't know, but that team has a lot of fixing to do. Because just for some reason, that team just doesn't just look comfortable out there. You know what I mean? Like they don't have those nice little dish outs where it's like, oh, I have confidence in that guy to knock this shot down.
You do know who they want to get though, right? And we'll get into this in a little bit. They want to get Clay. They want to get Klay Thompson.
Who wouldn't run in that mix?
Who wouldn't want to get Klay?
Come on, you don't think so?
All right, listen.
The Pacers need a shooter.
Before everything happened, Jesus told us it might be the coaching that's going to mess this team up. And right now it honestly might be because they got all the pieces.
Yeah.
They have all the pieces put together. And, they have all the pieces and they just can't put it together. Mm-hmm. Better say a word.
Everything takes time, though.
Yeah. When you have guys who are, a team is actually with a lot of ball-dominant guys like Paul George, like Monte, and all those guys, it's hard to really distribute because that's what we said was going to struggle with the Bulls. And the Bulls somehow have, gotten their stuff together, but, there's a lot of veterans on that team.
Yeah, they're still about a 500 average team, right?
Yeah.
Who?
Bulls.
Bulls are above 500. Way above.
Oh, really? Oh, I thought they were about 5 and 5 or something like that.
I'll pull it up right now. But last time I checked.
You don't think if getting into a little bit of the Pacers here, you don't think Pacers could get Clay if
They can't get Clay because what do they have to offer?
Bulls are
Monte
8-4. Bulls are 8-4.
Oh, last time I checked, they were
number 4th in
You
the
got to
East.
think about who do the Warriors want that the Pacers have, and that's really nobody. They don't want a Monte Ellis. He was already on the Warriors.
That's true.
Like, you know what I mean?
Maybe they could offer like Miles Turner or something. That'd be stupid, but maybe,
but you know what I mean. That's another offensive, minded weapon.
All right, don't dive too much into it because we will get to the trade rumors. So, besides those games, nothing really happened. It was just a bunch of solid games. We had the Timberwolves destroy the Lakers.
Yeah, by what, 20-something, right?
Yeah. It was honestly nothing.
There was one good game on during the week, and that was the Rockets versus the Thunder.
Oh, yeah, that game.
Oh, yes,
that game was an interesting game.
Westbrook took over in
it shows you that James Harden better not win MVP. Even if he leads the league in assists, he better not win MVP because his defense is so poor. Like, it is atrocious that a guy who's 6'6" can drive to the basket.
He's not
very
that tall.
athletic.
He's 6'4", I think.
No, he's 6'6". He's a big guy. He can play the 5. I mean the 3.
He's an offensive-minded player, but he just
but
lacks
come
on
on.
the defensive side.
When you literally are watching Russell, like the one where Russell Westbrook iced the game was over.
Yeah.
When he drove to the rim. Yeah, when he drove to the rim and dunked all over.
Oh yeah.
To basically end the game. Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, you can watch him to play that James Harden just sitting out.
Yeah.
At the 3, he should have came in and made it a little more difficult for Westbrook to come in and drive so easily and make that dunk. And there's other parts of the game that he should have closed out on him more. Like, you could watch James Harden with that dunk. He like literally moves out the way.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I'm not.
He didn't
want to
get embarrassed.
Poster.
Yeah.
And you can't do that on the final possession of a game.
Yeah.
You can do that when it's third quarter,
and
but
they held him to 13 points. So it's not only were you not playing defense, but somehow you weren't getting to the basket. He only had 7 free throw attempts. It's pretty
for
low
him.
That's shocking because he always gets to the hole.
So yeah, the Rockets. I like their offense, the way they're moving the ball and stuff, but they're gonna struggle down the road.
Oh, yeah.
If they want to make it to the playoffs this season, there's a lot of
Mike
hungry
D'Antoni
teams.
is their coach. They're gonna struggle.
Which he's a great offensive coach, but I don't know.
The defense.
And so they need to help that out.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could ever. As of now, I can't see Harden as an MVP. He hasn't built his game to that level. I mean, he's playing on that level statistically, but just when you see it, he doesn't take over like MVP does.
No, he does on the offensive side. He does. When you're averaging,
I'm talking about the whole game all around.
When you
see LeBron go in his MVP mode, blocks everywhere, posting
your
whoever he
cannot be that bad. Like, there's no reason, especially now you're the starting point guard for that team. Like,
running the team, the franchise.
This league has incredible point guards that if he doesn't, show up a little more defensively, that's how they're going to lose games. From James Harden, somehow the guy he's supposed to be guarding is not.
Yeah.
Especially with Patrick Beverly out, they're going to struggle a lot on the
if he is going to play that point guard position and guard that point guard position,
you better.
There's point guards in this league now. This is
and you're a big point guard. Like, it's not like
you got the height already.
Yeah, it's not like a smaller guy like Kyle Lowry. Like, you're a big guy.
Yeah, but not much happened during the week. But what did happen was some trade rumors.
Those got interesting.
And it's already that time. It's been 12, 13 games in, and people are trying to get traded, trying to leave, and
it's crazy.
GMs are being active right now. So let's go with the first one I heard for the week at least, and it kind of shocked all of us. Klay Thompson.
You know what's funny? Remember we were like texting about each other, and they were like, "Oh, what would Klay?" Because one of the teams that were shopping around was the Celtics, and I was like, only way I see Klay Thompson is like if they get Avery Bradley, another pretty decent player, and a draft pick. And we looked.
No, I said the exact names.
I said Avery Bradley.
Did I not say that?
It was both of you.
No, I said the exact names. I said Jay Crowder, Avery Bradley, and a first round pick. And and the report said they're interested for Avery Bradley, Jay Crowder, and a first round pick.
Yeah. Which what's funny? Like, even though what was it, Jerry West and who's the GM for the Warriors and Steve Kerr shut it down basically before it actually got bigger, but I thought it was actually a pretty good trade for some reason because
for both sides.
Yeah, for some reason because obviously the the Warriors are struggling on the defensive side and bench wise. Picking up Jay Crowder, he's not a scrub. He's an efficient player.
He's a good player.
Neither is Avery Bradley. He just needs to stay healthy.
Avery Bradley's a great defensive
All
player.
right, so I don't know if I agree with you because you said they need to pick up defensively, but you're going to get rid of one of your best defensive players?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. No, you are. Klay Thompson is a phenomenal defensive player, but Avery Bradley's another great defensive player. So it's not like you're
not better
really
than Klay though.
Avery Bradley is an all-pro
No, he's not
player.
Klay Thompson is the best two-way player on that team by far. Why would you get rid of that
Bradley
player?
Is too. I feel like he's Klay Thompson just without the 3-point shot. Which
he's not. Then what's Klay Thompson without a 3-point shot? You got a regular player in the NBA.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like they wouldn't be at a struggle. You know what I mean? Because you still have Kevin Durant, you still have Draymond Green, you still have Curry. You know what I mean?
What that would bring to the Warriors is a clearer cap space, and it would bring some role players.
Because Avery Bradley, like I watched tonight, the Celtics versus Warriors. He was guarding like KD. Like, you know what I mean? So once again, you're not going to be struggling with size, and this guy is a shooting guard. He's averaging right now 19, 9, and 3. So, yeah, it's not Klay Thompson numbers, but Klay Thompson hasn't been doing nothing too crazy this season.
Yeah, the game tonight.
Yeah,
he has been picking it up. Yeah. Don't undermine him.
But I'm saying, I think that would be a pretty good pick. For the Celtics also, because now your offensive weapons are not only going to just be Isaiah Thomas and Al Horford. That spreads out the floor big time. Because Jay Crowder can shoot the 3, but I don't know. I want to add Thompson.
Honestly, no, I agree with G. I think it benefits both teams if it was to happen.
Oh yeah, me too.
It's not going to happen, but I just disagreed with the.
It would just make the
Thompson.
Celtics even more interesting and maybe give the Cavs
a run for their money.
Maybe
because Klay Thompson would have the chance to be a star. Yeah. He's going to be held back by the Warriors team. And it just really depends on if he wants that, because he could be a star.
I think he would be. I was discussing with you guys. I think he could possibly be a leader on that team because
for sure,
Isaiah Thomas. Yeah, he's kind of like the leader on the team right now, but he's never been a outspoken guy like, "Hey, this is my team. They're gonna run with me." Yeah. Klay Thompson just
if he goes sipping beers and
sipping at Coors Light, during the interview, he's nonchalantly. Thank you. Let me get another cold one. But
Klay would be the star on that team.
I would like to see Klay.
Klay would be the star.
Yeah,
defensively and offensively.
Yeah. But here's my question.
I honestly think Klay Thompson could hit MVP level. Yeah. If he wasn't on the Warriors.
I think he's a better shooter than Steph Curry.
Anyways, Jesse, what was your question?
You don't think so?
No.
Hell no.
Who saved them Who saved them last year in the playoffs?
That's great.
Who got them there?
Who got them there?
The whole team got them there. It wasn't just
who
Steph
showed
Curry.
up in that overtime against Rockets.
What that one game
in the Western Conference Finals and Western
2
Conference?
seasons ago?
I'm sorry, whatever.
Last
year
when they played the Thunder could have closed it out and it would have been just a straight up 4-0.
Yeah,
we out of here.
Curry came back from injury, started chucking from everywhere. Did you see his game versus the Thunder last year? No, get out of here. No.
Next episode. My question is, what if the Warriors end up trading Klay, which they denied all the reports? What if they trade Klay and they don't win the chip? Will they regret that?
No, I don't.
They won't regret that.
I don't think so. I mean,
they got KD and Curry.
If they don't win the chip,
they have enough.
Yeah.
They have enough without Klay Thompson.
So if they don't win the chip this year, they're gonna be like, oh man, we should never got rid of Harrison Barnes. We should never got rid of Andrew Bogut.
I don't know. I disagree. If they trade Klay and they don't win the chip, it's gonna be completely their fault. They're getting rid of, honestly, arguably the best shooting guard in the league.
But he's held back.
Yeah, but still, look what Jordan and Pippen and Dennis Rodman.
What do Warriors need right now?
Role players.
Yeah.
What would they get from that trade?
Jay Crowder.
Yeah. They have this.
No, I agree. It would benefit both teams, but if they don't win the chip, that's a complete regret.
And you know why I think this is a little, for some reason, I feel like it's a little low key true. They got to create space. Next year
they're deep in the cap.
Yeah, because next year Steph's a free agent. They're gonna pay him,
and then KD could leave. He's on a player option as well. Yeah, you can't forget that.
So it's a lot of money to to keep all these maxed out players because that whole team is max contract players.
Thank God they signed Draymond Green the other season.
Yeah, so
they would have had to deal with him too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know how much Draymond got paid though? You remember that?
Like 80-something, right?
He got paid money. I remember him calling his mom, and his mom was crying or something like that.
So I could see them trying to alleviate cap room because.
Oh, me too. But I don't think they're going to trade.
Because the same thing's going to happen next year. David West, he's most likely retiring, so they have to fill that role.
He just wants rings.
But David West is $500,000.
Yeah, he's cheap.
But where you gonna find a player?
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna have to fill.
He's honestly not doing anything though.
No, he's
not doing anything.
He's just bench.
He's not even Maurice Spites right now.
Yeah. And now we're seeing that Zaza Pachulia really isn't panning out the way he was. You know what I mean? If they lose the finals this year, they might blame it on an interior guy because last year they had Andrew Bogut, and the year before that, no one was getting to the rim.
That's part of it. But if you trade a superstar, which I believe in Clay being. If you trade him away and you lose the finals without him, I completely blame that on you trading away that player.
Who are you going to blame? Who are you going to blame this season?
All right, so Klay Thompson is getting 19 points a game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When he could
what was he putting up last year?
20 points a game.
Yeah, that was without KD.
All right, I'm saying, though, if he's only giving you 19 points a game and defense...
That's solid.
That's what you could get from Avery Bradley. That's what Avery Bradley is averaging 19 right now.
Yeah.
You could get that from Jay Crowder as well.
But
like
when
you could make that up in other categories, and they need more players. I'm not saying do it. I don't think they should do it.
The past 2 seasons, like we haven't heard about like Steph Curry at all. I mean, this season, the last 2 seasons, it was called the NBA Steph Curry.
Steph Curry's taken over this season too.
Well, no, it's just not talked about. I feel like we knew that this was going to happen because there's too many stars on one team. And some of these games, last year they were winning games. Like, dudes weren't playing in the fourth quarter this time last season.
Steph Curry wasn't playing in fourth quarter last year.
This game, I was looking at the Raptors game again. It was only like a 6-point difference. Like,
but
they're not
they
blowing
did break
out.
away, and I think Steph Curry sat, and then like their bench couldn't handle it.
That's what I'm saying. Last year their bench would still be blowing people out.
Yeah, that's true.
So
there's one more thing I want to say with the Clay deal, and then we'll move on to another player we have in mind that might get traded. But you don't think that Clay... My point is, Clay has been in that Warriors system for how long now? And then if you trade him away, then Avery Bradley's coming from Boston, right?
Yeah.
And then that's in if he gets say Clay gets traded in February when the trade deadline is, then Clay's gonna go to Boston. Maybe they're a playoff team. I hope so.
They make a playoff.
Yeah, hopefully. And then the Warriors will be in past mid-season form. They're gonna be gunning for the playoffs and the finals. Mm-hmm. And then Avery Bradley comes out of nowhere. And that's a completely system change. That's from Brad Stevens to one of the best coaches in the NBA and Steve Kerr. Yeah. I think there's going to be a huge problem there.
I don't think it's a complete difference because Curry's going to be used to playing with a shooter. And
he still is, though, with KD.
Instead of, that's what I'm saying. Instead of having Clay like he did last year, he just got KD right now. I don't feel it's that much of a difference. And Steve Kerr is a good enough coach to incorporate the two guys good. And they also get a pick. So
Avery Bradley's a good basketball player.
That's a good thing too. You can't forget that pick.
He's another guy he doesn't play selfish ball. You know what I mean? He likes to contribute, and you know what I mean. Once again, he's gonna play both sides of the floor.
Mm-hmm. It's smart, and we'll wrap this up here. It's smart though, on both ends for the team.
Yeah, I see both of them benefit
to get role players, and the Celtics to get obviously Klay Thompson.
Now the ending question: do you see it happening?
Maybe not this season. Maybe next season. Once Steph's contracts come up, it's gonna be interesting.
No, that's a whole
lot of money.
I say no chance at all. Now the second person is DeMarcus Cousins, who we've been talking about should be traded for the longest.
I was listening to ESPN radio, and a lot of guys are saying that DeMarcus probably shouldn't leave. Like they just don't see where he would land. And I was talking to you with these guys. Some spots in mind. I was talking to you guys about this. DeMarcus Cousins wants to play on a contender, still wants to make a lot of money, and with his style, because he's a great offensive player, but I just don't see him fitting anywhere. I could see the Kings trying, like, who's their GM? Lottie Divac?
Yeah.
He
played with the Lakers.
Yeah, he better somehow get some guys or make a trade because you're not going to get anything for him because at the end of this year, he's a free agent. He could walk. So it's get something or get nothing. You know what I mean? But who's going to want to make that trade because they know that player could be leaving next season?
Mm-hmm.
It'll be somebody that he'll have to sign an extension. He'll probably have to give him.
But he says he doesn't want to.
He said he's not coming back.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying when he goes to another team, he'll have to give him the word for word. Commitment that yes, I'm interested in this team. Yeah. Like I'll sign an extension on the spot. But
what are your opinions on what team he'll end up on?
I have no idea what team he'll end up on. But earlier in the week when we found this out, I remember I brought up because I was seeing a list of teams he should end up on. And the number one spot was the Pelicans. So I vouch that if he landed on the Pelicans... no,
hold
on. I got my argument. I vouch that if he landed on the Pelicans would be a good team.
No.
And you guys kept trying to say no. And I want to know why, truthfully. Go. Actually, go. I'm going to rebuttal everything you say.
One, you can't have 2 stars on a team with no one behind them.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I don't think that. Nope.
You don't think...
Would nobody...
Right, here's my other point.
Wait, they don't have nobody.
Yes, exactly.
They don't have, it's not like they don't have anybody. They have Tyreek Evans. They have...
They're gonna have to trade him.
But I'm just talking hypothetically. They have Tyreek Evans, Drew Holiday, Tim Frazier. They could lose one guard. They could lose a Drew Holiday or they could lose Tyreek Evans.
Okay.
So let's say, I can't say who they take, but those 2 are 2 solid players right there.
Okay.
Then they got some scrubs. Yeah. But they got some solid players, so don't say they don't.
Here's my second point, and then I'll let Jesus go. It's literally impossible for them to make the playoffs, in my opinion.
With both of them.
With both of them?
Yes.
You're pugging.
Both of their stats would go down like crazy.
Bro, that's the best duo probably in the league, to be honest.
No.
They'll be
it's up there.
You need guys to spread the floor. You understand that? How you go? When have you ever seen 2 big men who basically are centers play on the same team?
Never. And
David
Robinson and Tim Duncan.
That was
an old David Robinson. You know what I mean?
God.
But once again, Tim Duncan, don't ever clarify him as a center. He's a power forward.
What he play in his late career?
Center. He couldn't move. But
no. All right. Listen.
Here's my other thing. One more.
Go ahead.
You can't trade a box of cookies for DeMarcus Cousins. Who would they trade?
They'd rather have him walk, or they'd rather get something.
Yeah,
Jesus just said they'll give up DeMarcus Cousins for something.
Who do you think the Pelicans would trade for DeMarcus Cousins?
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's
Tyreek Evans or Drew Holiday.
He's going back to the Kings. They got rid of him for a reason.
Either or, maybe then Drew Holiday and Omar Sheik. And then
Omar Sheik.
He has a huge contract.
Yeah, they already had 4 centers on that team.
Who would you rather, you'd rather get nothing? You'd rather get somebody walking away and to come to a Kings team that nobody in the world wants to be on? Excuse the sirens. Shit's going on. It's not us. Back to the real stuff. All right. You think they'd rather not get anything than get something at all?
Yeah, but I don't think DeMarcus wants to go to the New Orleans Pelicans.
I'm not saying if he wants to. I'm saying they will be a good team.
Once again, he wants to be a leader.
You're telling me a team with Harden, Gordon, Anderson, and Ariza
is a good team.
It's a playoff team.
Rather than DeMarcus Cousins, Anthony Davis, Tyreek Evans.
They play the same position.
No, they don't.
Yes.
DeMarcus Cousins starts at the
So what are they going to do? They're just going to sit down low and just grab boards and put it back?
Tell me who is going inside the paint.
Nobody, but you need
LeBron.
This league is all of...
You wouldn't survive in the paint.
This league is all about three-point shooting. Now you don't have guys protecting the wings. The corners.
But these players also move damn near like guards now.
No.
Davis doesn't?
Yeah, Davis does, but
Davis
DeMarcus Cousins can't. Yeah, DeMarcus Cousins can't run the whole floor.
But DeMarcus Cousins can pull up a 3. I've seen him pull up 3s confidently.
Oh my God, but he's not going to be pulling up 3s like the Warriors, like the Rockets.
I understand
That's what I'm saying. All right, what's going to happen?
But they could build around that.
Who are they going to build around? They're going to get maxed out right there. Once you sign DeMarcus Cousins, that's another max player.
Hell yeah.
I disagree entirely. I disagree.
I don't know. I just feel like you can't have 2 big men. Like, the other teams are going to know.
If you can have 2 guards, why you can't have 2 big men?
I just feel like... Well, it's a guard-type league now. We all know that. But I just feel like you can't have 2 big men and the opposite teams that are obviously playing them. Oh, we know who to guard. Guard the 4 and 5 and Anthony Davis and DeMarcus.
Who is guarding them?
I can name a lot of people that could put a body on Anthony Davis.
On one team. Cousins. On one team. You're going to have... When they face the Warriors, you're going to have Dre and KD guard them?
Why not? KD can play the 4.
What's going to happen?
He's 6'11".
All right, so first off, you're not even...
The size is 2 7
You're not going to have Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins out there when the Warriors play that death lineup, when they play fast.
Running up and down the floor?
Keep
Hell
up
no,
with them.
I agree.
They're going to have they have some other players.
Tim Frazier?
All right, I'm not saying they're going to win the finals. I'm saying they will be a playoff team like you guys said they wouldn't be.
No, they wouldn't be.
They wouldn't be better than the Grizzlies. A team with Anthony Davis and the DeMarcus Cousins wouldn't be a better team than the Grizzlies.
Okay, here's my question. Since you think that they'll make the playoffs if they get...
I'm not saying they'll be fucking holy grail. I'm saying they'll be solid.
There's no way in hell they'll get DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis together on the same team. If they make the playoffs, what seed do you have them as? 8th?
I could see him right under the Rockets.
First off, DeMarcus Cousins can't stay out of foul trouble. So he gonna get first quarter. He gonna have like 3 fouls on him, and then what? Then he gonna go sit bench. Now he got just bums with Anthony Davis.
I think they got
that's the worst trade I've ever. I would if
that
I
trade
ever
happens,
see that.
That's gonna be honestly
that
laughable.
team's just gonna have 2 all-stars and literally no guards. Like there's gonna be no one up front.
Not even a small forward.
They got all right. Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. Who do they have around them?
That's who I thought.
Bring that up, Jesus.
I thought the only way DeMarcus Cousins would look comfortable, and maybe they would give a pretty decent piece away, was DeMarcus Cousins going to the Trailblazers, because you have 2 guys who can spread the floor, shoot the 3 ball.
Yeah, but that's
unselfish players.
That's not what I'm arguing. I'm saying is CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard. Evan Turner is not really doing much. Tim Frazier is doing more than Evan Turner.
But once again,
and I'm saying they don't have any other players around that. Their role players are really not doing shit right now. That's why they're 7-7, and that's why they're struggling. No, they're 7-7.
Oh, they lost tonight?
But yeah, that's why they're 7-7. So a team with 2 good players, you'd rather have Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, or Boogie and Davis?
I
don't understand what you're trying.
Yeah.
Once again,
they have 2 good. They have 2 good players and nothing else.
That's what I'm saying.
But they're working.
No, McCalla and Lillard, those are guys who drive the ball up. They're the ones who distribute the ball. Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins won't be driving the floor down. You know what I mean? When you have a good point guard like Damian Lillard, you can get the ball moved around. You can get it to other players. He's going to be the majority ball handler, so he can do whatever he wants. He can go to the rack. He can get a foul. He can shoot the 3. He can set up other guys. DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis aren't setting up other guys. They're the ones who sit down low, wait for the ball, and then drive it to the basket.
And here's the
Tyreek Evans is not no scrub.
And they play more money.
Tim Frazier is averaging top 10 assists in the league right now.
Yeah, because once again, all you
Drew
do is pick and
Holiday's
roll.
been on the bench.
Yeah,
not even on the bench. He's been home.
Exactly, and he's still averaging top 10 assists
You
in the
won't
league.
be after this
He's
week.
averaging top 10 assists in the league on a team with nobody.
All right,
and Davis.
Here's my point.
Rondo
Would you rather...
don't do nothing.
Rondo's not really averaging.
As DeMarcus Cousins, you're saying you wouldn't rather play with a team that has 7 wins already with Damian Lillard, MVP contender, and CJ McCollum?
DeMarcus Cousins shouldn't go to the Pelicans. I'm just saying that if he was to...
They have 1 win with the greatest power forward in the
NBA. I was just trying to argue what was on the list because I think they'll make the playoffs easy.
I don't know.
Easily.
No.
There's no way in hell a team with Davis and Cousins
literally,
will make
you
the
could have 2 guards. You could have Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan would kill that team just because they're on the outside. You just have guys who are literally just going to sit down low.
If you could have 2 guards and your team and nobody else and your team is fine, I don't see why you can't have two big men.
Once again, look at Clay and Steph. If Draymond Green wasn't on that team would still be just as good.
They wouldn't win the finals without Draymond Green.
Yeah, they're the majority.
But why can't 2 center do it just because they don't have somebody?
They don't hold the ball.
I don't, especially if you got a solid point guard like they do. I think they'll be okay.
Who? Tim Frazier?
Tim Frazier's the 10-day killer.
I don't know. I don't think it'll happen.
But even if
I love Tim Frazier, but still, what you gonna do to go?
I'm not putting all my faith in Tim Frazier. I'm talking about Drew Holiday and
when you guys got teams shooting threes like incredibly good right now.
No, I understand. I'm just saying
they would struggle.
There's no way they would not make the play. It'll be interesting to me.
I love big men. I was trying to say before.
I caught that. He said, "I love big men." Pause.
But like I was trying to say,
where should he go? The Preacher Blazers.
Yeah, I
agree with Jesus.
I think the Blazers would be the best fit for him. Once again, that puts the Blazers.
Ooh, I want to add something.
The Blazers would probably be a top 4 team in the NBA if DeMarcus Cousins goes to the Blazers. When you have such a great point guard like Damian Lillard, he doesn't play selfish. He shoots the ball incredibly. He could drive the basket. And just imagine him driving to the basket, just dish out to DeMarcus Cousins.
Just slam it down.
A great finisher at the rim. And I could see them giving up, Crabbe?
Alan Crabbe, right?
Alan Crabbe or Al-Farouq Aminu. Not great players, but solid players.
Or Mason Plumlee, you never know.
And a draft pick. And
they could afford to give up a draft pick at that point if you're getting DeMarcus Cousins, because you can't draft anybody better than DeMarcus Cousins.
And, you know what I mean?
Especially right now.
You get a draft pick, and most likely the Kings would be in the lottery.
Yeah.
Maybe it's season. Yeah, maybe it's time to do a rebuild because Rudy Gay might, get traded or go to a different team.
Yeah, we could get into him a little bit if you guys want.
No, we will. I got it right now.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like Rudy Gay, you get a piece for him because he's gonna leave. So you trade away him, you get another solid player from whatever team they look. Because I think they were looking at the Clippers for. I was looking for the Clippers to get Jamal Crawford. That'd be a great two guard, and maybe Austin Rivers for a point guard. Another young team with a solid veteran. So there's gonna be a lot of mix up going on.
Yeah, right now the Trailblazers centers are Festus Ezeli,
former Warrior,
Mason Plumlee, and Myers Leonard. So if they need a center spot, it's this team.
Yeah.
All right,
that's for sure. And they could afford to give up a center, and they could afford to give up some.
And that's where they struggle
well.
this season is protecting the rim when you have no interior defense.
I'm gonna just pose the question: you want a big man on that team, but what happened with Aldridge? Why didn't that team ever really work out?
I have no idea because that was such a great team with him, Batum, Matthews,
and Lillard,
and Lillard on the team also.
I don't think Matthews was on it when Lillard was though.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was a great team. But
maybe it was just because CJ McCollum wasn't developed yet.
Yeah, LaMarcus Aldridge. I remember him. He was gonna get shopped around because he just didn't see the Trailblazers going anywhere. I remember that whole team left. Batum went to Charlotte. Matthews went to the Mavs.
I honestly thought Trailblazers were going nowhere, and it's honestly all because of CJ. It's all because of CJ McCollum.
Yeah,
it's CJ McCollum broke out to be a great player, and then Damian Lillard broke out to just do better. Yeah, we all expected him to be really good, but he just became a really great player in the league. And
here, let me bring up
probably future MVP maybe
before we talk about Rudy Gay and where he might end up.
We got one person before Rudy Gay.
Anthony Davis. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. There were some rumors about DeMarcus Cousins getting traded to the Cavaliers. And in that deal, I don't know if you guys heard this, but I remember
Kevin Love.
Yeah. They would trade away Kevin Love and Iman Shumpert, and I think the Kings would get a second round pick or something like that, and the Kings would give like a first round and someone else. And DeMarcus Cousins with LeBron, Kyrie, come on now.
Too much offense.
That's a crazy line.
All right, listen, I'll be mad because that's LeBron getting everything he wants again.
But Curry's
that's like him getting Shumpert and Smith. Yeah, that was free agent signing though. Yeah, and Cavs is not a big market team. They didn't even have the money to re-sign J.R. Smith. They got the money to hold the DeMarcus Cousins
that'd be very
contract.
Though. Don't you think so?
Yeah, but
I would play no interest because LeBron James, if you notice through his career. Probably Tristan Thompson was probably the best big man he's played with so far. LeBron James, when he plays, he does. Oh, but he's a power forward.
Ilgauskas.
And it was a guy who used to shoot the three. Ilgauskas also another guy who
used to shoot the three.
He used to shoot the three.
Anderson Varejao.
That's what LeBron James, when he plays, he doesn't really need big men because Tristan Thompson isn't on that team to drop buckets. He's there to do the dirty work.
Rebounds.
But he never played with a great big man. So how do you know? It's all like Kobe. Everybody said, man, Kobe needs a great point guard. He never played with a great point guard, and he still got 5 rings. Like, do you don't know if he needs one or he doesn't because he never played one. Anyway, so that's perfect to move on to our next player, Anthony Davis, who needs to leave that team desperately.
They're not giving up Anthony.
They're not giving him up though.
No,
they rebuild around him before even giving him up.
Sorry to backtrack, but do you think DeMarcus Cousins gonna be gone? I say yes.
Yeah. Just because he's no interest in the Kings, unless they make a huge move and get another All-Star around him, so he can finally win games and not getting blown out by scrub teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're not even doing terrible this year, but I need them to do terrible because the Lakers got to get that A seed. But yeah, Pelicans, I can't see them getting rid of Davis. That contract,
he just got a huge contract,
over $100 million,
and
it's long.
For like 5 years too.
And and he's such a young player. When KD,
what's he, 23?
Yeah, KD getting older, LeBron about to leave. You know what I mean? He is flirting around to be one of the best players if the best player.
He's the best power forward.
So what should Pelicans do?
They're gonna have to somehow get a piece around him. They're gonna have to
rebuild, and if it doesn't work out, trade him. Sorry, it just has to happen.
But they were just in a rebuild form. You know what I mean? They were just.
He's not gonna stay there the rest of his career.
I say right now, trade your Tyreek Evans, trade your Drew Holiday, get some draft picks.
Why not?
And you got to
got Buddy Hield.
That's not even working out.
Yeah, but that's something.
It is, but you got to start building around your draft picks, and hopefully that when your draft picks start to amount to something, that Davis isn't either injured, off his contract, or he's kind of out of it. He's too old at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Monty Williams is a great coach, and he's assistant coach for the Warriors. And they had a weird thing going on. You know what I mean? They try to play Warriors ball, distribute the ball and stuff like that, but somehow it's just not working. And Anthony Davis is the focal point, and he's not like the Splash Brothers. They don't have anybody like they don't have people like the Splash Brothers, so they have to get at least a decent player, 2 decent players to make that team somehow work out in the tough Western Conference.
Yeah, that's the thing. The conference is tough too. It's just
and the Western Conference.
Pelicans is the dead team right now.
Yes, it's the worst team in the league.
Yeah, they're worse than 76ers by far. Future everything, even what Anthony Davis. A future with Joel Embiid is looking brighter than future Anthony Davis right now.
Oh, yeah, because Anthony Davis will probably leave.
And he got so many picks around him, Joel Embiid. That's the story
Simmons
for a different day, though. Now, back to the Kings real quick, because you said it. Now, Rudy Gay has been in some trade talks to go to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
That's why he's been chefing. That's why he's been chefing. Like, we've been talking about Rudy Gay for the past couple seasons.
I think I mentioned Rudy Gay last podcast, because I said he needs some love.
Yeah, you did. He's chefing just because he knows he's in interest.
Yeah, he's in interest with multiple teams. The Heat, OKC, the Clippers, multiple teams.
I think Rudy Gay is exactly what Westbrook needs. If you put Rudy Gay in that team, I will consider them a threat.
If the Oklahoma City get the Rudy Gay, right? Yeah. If they get Rudy Gay, they're already balling right now where they have 2 losses. No. And Westbrook's putting up
like 6-5.
No way.
Yeah, they've been going down.
No way.
They lost to the Magic.
They don't have 2. Yeah, they don't have 2 losses. They have 5 losses, 8 and 5.
Yeah, Holy crap!
Yeah.
Damn, Jesse, you getting kicked out of this podcast.
Yeah. I don't keep up with the Thunder like that.
The only problem with the Thunder. Who are you going to give up for Rudy Gay?
That's what I was thinking.
You signed and just canceled last season to
maybe
a big
Steven
contract.
Adams, which would hurt.
You ain't giving no guy $100 million just to get rid of him next year.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He just did get
Victor Oladipo just got a huge contract. Was that $80+ million?
I could see Roberson gone, but that's not much.
Yeah.
I honestly could see Cantor gone.
I'm pretty sure they have a
their rookie
first-round protected pick. This year or next year.
I can see Cameron Payne gone.
Yeah, maybe. That could
that's a nice player right there.
Well,
back up Westbrook.
Yeah, but
for Rudy Gay,
I don't know. I can see Cameron Payne getting because he's a great player last year.
Yeah.
He was developing behind Westbrook, getting some minutes, putting points down.
I just think he got a
maybe
handshake.
draft pick.
Yeah, handshake.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Yeah, they're nuts.
His greatest highlight of the season was a handshake. I don't think he's all that.
I think he's a good player. If they get Rudy Gay, though, they're a threat.
Yeah.
No, yeah, Thunder.
We always said that Rudy Gay's poor man's Kevin Durant. He has the skills all like Kevin Durant, just hasn't gotten the love.
And I think personally, Westbrook needs a player who isn't a star around him, but damn near a star.
Yeah.
And that's the definition of Rudy Gay.
He can't fill KD's shoes.
I don't think he needs to. I don't think he ever needs a player to fill KD's shoes.
That's what held him
who's
back.
going to be in that talk about who they get for Rudy Gay? They have the rookie, pretty good. I like him a lot. Sabonis.
Yeah.
I can see him being in that trade.
Orlando Magic trade with Serge Ibaka.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yep, but
maybe
that's going to wrap up the little trade rumors talk. But before we even wrap it up, who should make moves out of the teams we didn't mention? Do you think any team should start making moves?
The Clippers, even though they're the best team in the NBA, have the best record, great defense this season, they just always been struggling at 3 position, at the 3.
Paul Pierce,
you know what I mean? Paul Pierce. They just never, the best guy they had was Matt Barnes, and that was a couple seasons ago. So I could see them maybe making a move with Jamal Crawford and Austin Rivers for Rudy Gay, but I don't see them struggling right now. Maybe the Thunder, if they want to make it to the playoffs and be a contender. I can see the Thunder definitely need to make moves.
I feel like the Rockets might need to make one move just to put them above.
But at what position, though?
I don't really... they kind of need a center.
I like my Capella.
I don't think they need a big change. That's the thing.
No,
I just think they need something small and minor. Just a nice role player on that team for nothing. Because you know how these role players just get out.
No, they need somebody to play defense. James Harden is pitiful.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Celtics might need to do a trade. But we kind of discussed them.
Or the Knicks.
Celtics might need a trade. And wait, what'd you just say?
Or the Knicks.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah.
All right, dive into that one, Jess. What do you think the Knicks should do? Who should they trade?
You want me to be honest? Everybody except Kristaps and Porzingis.
What they need to do,
even
Phil Jackson.
Melo, he's going to demand a trade.
Phil Jackson needs to just pull. First off, Phil Jackson's taking shots at Carmelo Anthony.
He needs to shut his mouth.
Did you hear what he said? He said, working with Carmelo Anthony is just not, quote, But he's basically saying, working with Michael, Pippen, Kobe, and Shaq, like their relationship was an only basketball relationship. They only talked basketball, said what they had to say. I'll see you later. But he was saying basically Carmelo Anthony is that, Carmelo likes to sit down with him and, discuss what's going on. Basically calling my man Carmelo Anthony soft. Mm-hmm. So what Carmelo Anthony do is take my man Phil Jackson out to dinner and be like, yo, look, this no trade clause is up. Shop me around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's better.
Carmelo Anthony, I like him a lot.
Is that possible?
To shop him around?
Like if you had a no trade clause?
Oh yeah, he put that in when he signed a contract after he left the Nuggets.
The player can take that.
He's
off.
the one who has that.
He's the one that signs his contract.
Right. So I think he should. There's only 2 teams. Like I was saying before to you guys. That
I mean you both agreed on it.
Maybe they shop around with Blake Griffin, but with them being the best team in the NBA, I just don't see that happening right now.
And then we have
everything's
Porzingis.
working too good for that to happen.
No.
And then maybe the Cavaliers are shopping K-Love,
even though he's playing phenomenal.
And who else is on that team? I guess maybe a Mike Dunleavy. Shop those guys two together. Just
or a JR.
Because he wants to play with the banana
JR
boat.
back on the Knicks?
Nah, they're not
getting rid of him.
Because he wants to play with the banana boat and a contender. He has to play it. He has to
what
go
about
to be
the
a contender.
Bulls? No.
The Bulls, who
they got
going to give
pieces. They got
you
Wade,
just signed
Butler,
Wade
Rondo.
to a huge contract. You signed Rondo to
for a while.
1 year. And Butler is the leader of that team. You don't want another alpha male going on that team.
He should have went there years ago.
Because that was always like a question. Like, yo, should Melo go to the Bulls? But
I see him playing with one of his boys before anything.
Thing is,
well, even do Wade.
This is where me and Jesse differ at. Is I think Phil Jackson is doing the best he could, and you disagree entirely. How is he not doing the best?
He's in the news.
You're in New York City. You better bring a damn big name to your team.
I'm a Lakers fan, and we haven't got a big name in how long?
That's true, but
what they're doing right now. No, what they're doing right now is the greatest thing that ever did happen to the Lakers.
Right, but the Knicks not getting picks isn't Phil Jackson's fault. That was before him. When they lost
both traded them all for Melo.
All right, that was before him. He's doing best he could. He brung Derrick Rose. He brung Joakim Noah.
Joakim Noah's nothing.
He drafted Kristaps Porzingis.
That's the only good thing.
That's the only good thing about the New York Knicks' future, if he stays there.
So you saying Derrick Rose wasn't a good pickup? No. Who'd you rather get this
I'd rather have Derrick Rose than Jose Calderon.
Okay, exactly.
But
so that's him doing more.
Derrick Rose is on a 1-year deal. What if he gets hurt? What if he leaves? Then what? Who are we gonna get?
All right, but Derrick Rose was also a liability, and you guys traded him.
Yeah, but even Derrick Rose is even have.
I don't think Derrick Rose is
a good player still.
Because Mike Conley was out there.
Who else could have you guys?
Mike Conley was out there.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
Realistically, you would have wanted to waste that money on Mike Conley?
Why not?
They wouldn't have paid him 150-some mil. Hell no.
You would have wanted to waste that money on Mike Conley.
I would take that $72 million out of Joe.
I'd rather
He's less injury prone than Derrick Rose.
You guys gave away nothing for Derrick Rose. I'd rather Derrick Rose contract before the CBA inflation than Mike Conley's big ass contract.
I'd rather want.
He's
Mike
doing
Conley.
the best he could. He's doing more than any other GM could have.
No. Phil Jackson
wanted to play on the Knicks before him.
Phil Jackson needs to go back to your Lakers. I'm sorry, but it needs to happen.
He should.
I'll take him with open arms.
First off.
He needs to coach.
When Joakim Noah came and they're like, all right, let's give you $72 million because you won Defensive Player of the Year like 5 seasons ago. He's in the news for all the wrong reasons, and maybe that's a different topic. But he needs to start worrying. He's worrying about LeBron James and all these guys.
He needs to keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, he's on his last year of his contract. And let's be honest, if the Knicks don't make it to the playoffs, these 3 years were worthless. You spend a lot of money for nothing.
Do you want to know their record? And I think I have it off the top of my head here. I believe he won 52 games and lost over 120 games since he's became.
That's what I'm saying.
But he was giving nothing to start it off. He got a Melo that isn't top 15 anymore. I'm sorry. He got a Melo that isn't top 15 anymore. And before this year, he had a team that was complete trash. And even when he had Kristaps Porzingis, the team was still trash.
I still think he could do better.
I just don't see how you spend a lot of money and not make it to the playoffs.
Where could he have done better? Because you guys couldn't have got a better draft pick.
You don't. But I'm saying not do better and get better players. Maybe building in the draft, giving away guys who could get better picks. I just don't. First off, the team doesn't even mix because he's trying to push for this triangle so damn hard.
It's not.
That's the only thing I disagree on. But as a GM, I'm saying he's doing the best he's good. He's doing the best he could at bringing in talent. He brought in a great draft pick. I'm sorry for slurring, got him into it. But he's He brung in Derrick Rose. He brung in Joakim Noah, who at the time I wanted Joakim Noah on the Lakers. I didn't know how he'll pan out because he was good, and then one year he just kind of fell off, but it wasn't really his fault because of the lack of minutes.
And he got injured too.
He brought in Brandon Jennings.
I love
Courtney
Brandon
Lee.
Jennings.
Exactly. So what else?
Courtney Lee had
done?
one good game.
Oh, I'm saying it's all face value. You don't know how they're going to play when they get there.
I
but
just think he spent a lot of money and tried to.
You just said you wanted Mike Conley on the team. That's money on what?
No, on a good point guard. I'm probably a little.
Mike Conley's less injury prone than Derrick Rose's knees.
I'd rather Derrick Rose for the contract.
I'd rather Mike
now.
Conley than Derrick Rose.
You for the contract with the contract.
First off,
why not?
You could have kept Robin Lopez
for the. I
would have kept Robin Lopez and not paid freaking Joakim Noah $72 million.
Looking at it now, I regret getting. I hate that we got rid of him.
I just don't see how Joakim Noah was ever a good player in this league. Like, he really cannot.
Neither do I.
Right now, he can't do anything.
Right now, Derrick Rose is averaging 16 points a game, and Mike Conley is averaging 19 points a game. You rather pay all that extra money for 3 points?
I would pay that extra money to get a player that I know can get the ball in the basket.
More. The Knicks wouldn't have paid him $150 million.
First off, we didn't even know Derrick Rose was going to play this season after that whole
the rape allegations.
Allegations. So first off, you had to worry about that. We didn't think Derrick Rose was probably even going to play this season ever in the NBA.
He's a ball player. They get hit with that all the time. Yeah. Shout out to Kobe.
You ain't got the good lawyer though.
I believe,
and he got somebody clapped. I'm sorry, Derrick Rose is the GOAT.
Yeah, we ain't gonna mention that.
I just think if you're Phil Jackson. That's a name. That's a big name alone. You're coming to New York City. You better bring a big name to play with Melo.
They don't want no big names. Because that
exactly,
franchise is already failure.
Yes,
that franchise is failure, and you're asking for too much from him. You can't bring a big name to that franchise.
I'm not asking too much because.
First of all, why you made Kurt Rambis your defensive coordinator?
Yeah, I don't know.
One of the worst defensive coordinators.
Let me finish. I'm 19 years old. I haven't seen the Knicks win a championship, but the Knicks haven't won a championship since 1972 against not the Showtime.
My grandfather hasn't seen the Knicks win a championship.
But the Lakers in 1972 against Will Elgin-Baylor and Jerry West. That's the last time the Knicks won a championship.
It's gonna be the last time.
I just feel like
probably. If
Phil
Porzingis
Jackson
isn't promising, I hope
Phil
he is.
Jackson.
Porzingis can't do it all.
Phil Jackson, bring something to New York, please. Like I want to see. I'd love to see Carmelo Anthony raise a championship trophy in New York because he played at Syracuse when he was in college and that's where he's from. But it's not going to happen. Carmelo, demand a trade, get a ring, retire. You're already in the Hall of Fame. And add a ring to your resume.
And he can't even do anything with Carmelo because he's not top 15. And I want to dive into that right now. Do you have anything to say about the Phil Jackson argument?
The only thing Phil Jackson did good was made GMs and coaches get better contracts. That's the only thing I see Phil Jackson do.
At least he didn't give away a stupid contract to Mike Conley because you guys are off it right now. But Melo, once again, is not a top 15 player. Okay. You cannot build around Melo anymore. Melo is not an attraction to play with. Melo is a guy who needs an attraction right now.
Oh my God. Name your 14 players better than Carmelo Anthony.
I'm going to do it right now. Let me just pull it up. Give me 1 second.
Wait, before you get in, did you just say Carmelo Anthony's not an attraction to play with?
Not anymore, no.
That's a lie.
I don't think... No.
Oh my, I wish Stephen A. Smith was here. He would go nuts on this man right here.
Who? All right. So when you made this list...
Because Melo, I'm saying off the fact of we need to build around Melo. No, you can't do that anymore.
Who you going to build? Let me hear your list real quick.
All right, this is just this was off the top of my head because Jesse sent it to me. He was like, name 15 players better than Melo.
Name them slowly because I'll disagree and agree with them.
Westbrook.
I agree.
Harden.
Agree.
Curry.
Agree.
Durant.
Agree.
LeBron.
Agree.
Kyrie.
No.
You're bugging.
You can't build around Kyrie. We already seen that shit. Your Cavs were terrible before LeBron James came back.
LeBron didn't go back to Cleveland. Kyrie wouldn't be a thing.
You rather build around Melo than Kyrie right now?
See, what do you see when we talked
about
15
players?
Okay, then let's talk about who's doing more this year. Let's talk about who's doing more this year.
Well, yeah, he's the primary scorer on that team.
LeBron's
who?
Kyrie.
And Melo's not the primary scorer on his team?
No, because you got Kristoff and
he's the primary scorer on this team.
No,
what are you talking? He leads the team in points, does he not?
So you want to first off, Kyrie's a phenomenal player, but he cannot put the team on his back.
Kyrie is more held back by the Cavaliers than really? Carmelo is held back.
When him and D Wader couldn't even win like 16 games that season before LeBron came back. The season before LeBron came back, the Cavs were literally one of the worst teams in the NBA.
Did you see Kyrie in the finals?
Yeah, because once again you have LeBron James on your team and Kevin Love.
Kevin Love is in the finals?
Kevin Love played great on that Game 7.
1 game.
And the finals before that, when they lost to the Celtics.
Both of them.
When he got injured against the Celtics. But no, Kyrie Irving is not better than Carmelo Anthony.
No.
When I say like best player, I mean skill wise, not build around because obviously there's a lot of guys.
When I say best player, I mean right now.
Yeah, Carmelo Anthony's way better than him.
No.
Yes.
So if you play a 1-on-1 right now, who's winning that game? I'm just saying.
You can't put a small forward against a point guard. Stop doing that.
So look, this is what I'm trying to say.
You can't put a small forward against a point guard.
No, we won't go into that. I agree with you,
real
but
quick.
not
Carmelo
into the
Anthony.
situation.
Let's see this. Carmelo Anthony's 6'8", shoot the ball, one of the best shooters.
Kyrie's a better shooter than Melo.
No, I feel like both of them on it.
Kyrie's a better shooter than Melo.
That's arguable.
Kyrie's a better shooter than Melo.
That's arguable.
Maybe from 3?
Because Carmelo Anthony's one of the best clutch shooters.
He's the best shot off dribble shooter in the NBA.
Yo, Carmelo.
This is what I'm saying from 3. You're talking about from 3. He's a better shooter. Kyrie's a better shooter.
They're very close.
No, they're not.
Melo still got the shot from 3 though.
Yes, he's amazing from 3-point. You have a man who's 6'8", who can play the first 4 positions. Kyrie Irving can't do that. He plays a point guard. That's it.
That's great. Kyrie locked up the best player in the league last year. Stephen Curry.
Barely.
Barely?
We said last year.
Barely? What did Curry do in the finals?
You said he had a great season before.
I said in the finals. I said he locked him up.
Not locked him up the whole way.
You can't guard him 82 games of the season.
I know that's what I'm saying. But Carmelo Anthony is better. You see what I'm saying? This man can play all 4 positions, can shoot the ball almost just as well, can grab way more rebounds, underrated passer. Carmelo Anthony
he lacks on defense. I'll agree with that.
Oh, that was later on in his career. His first couple years, he was on lock on defense. This man's probably one of the top 10 greatest small forwards to ever play the game. Kyrie Irving won't even crack top 10 best point guard to play the game.
Obviously, I'm talking about right now.
Yes, I would rather.
Melo is so much better than Kyrie. I'm sorry.
Yes.
All right, whatever.
Can do way more things than you can do.
DeMar DeRozan.
Hell no.
You're bugging.
He's putting up 30 a game. I don't care.
He's putting up 30 a game without shooting a damn 3.
That's Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
You're using it for star value as it is.
It's arguable.
You're just using it because of the name. If another player was...
Here's a good question. Do you think DeMar DeRozan would play this good?
What are you talking about?
Coming into the season, do you think DeMar DeRozan would be this big right now?
No, but he's doing great. He's proving me wrong.
He's not better than Carmelo Anthony.
Why not?
I think this season, just this season, he is doing a lot better than people did. So maybe I would put him above Carmelo Anthony. But not too. I wouldn't. But I think Carmelo Anthony is a more of a threat than DeMar DeRozan.
I think so too. But I'm saying that's a better player. I'm saying a better player.
I'm
not saying more clutch player. I'm not saying more clutch player. I'm not saying a bigger threat. I'm saying a better player.
Okay, here's another question.
And hold on. DeRozan is doing this without shooting a 3. Mm-hmm. And it's just.
Here's a good question, and I'll ask this question with other players you have on this list that I have problems with as well. Who would you rather take in the playoffs, Carmelo Anthony or DeMar DeRozan? You better say Carmelo Anthony.
No, yeah.
Good.
No, I'll do that. No,
okay, keep going.
I'm just saying a better player right now. We're talking about somebody that's averaging 32 points a game without taking a 3.
I promise you that cools down real fast.
He still hasn't cooled down. But anyways, Anthony Davis, and if you disagree, I swear to God. Cousins, if you disagree,
barely. No, I really don't. I really do
I agree with Cousin.
I'm sorry, DeMar.
You want to add on that? Yeah, go.
I'll say this once. Like I said before, Carmelo Anthony could do so much more than DeMarcus Cousins. So much more. First of all, he's a threat from anywhere on the field.
You keep bringing up the same invalid point.
How?
The same invalid point.
How?
He could shoot a 3. That's fucking great.
Hold on.
That's great.
Hold on. First off, can DeMarcus Cousins drive the floor?
He's not. Oh, damn.
That's what I'm saying. So he's more valuable.
Can Shaq drive the floor?
He did, but he not all the time.
DeMarcus Cousins could do it.
No,
he doesn't do it all the time.
He can't. He would literally get the ball swiped to him every time.
Oh my god.
This man literally
is this argument not invalid?
Oh my god.
He has some points, but I agree with Christian.
How? He's more valuable. First off, DeMarcus Cousins can't even stay out of foul trouble. Like this man he has the most fouls in the NBA right now. So how's he gonna be valuable when he can't even stay on the court? And once again,
okay,
who you want taking the last shot? Who do you want putting a team on your back?
Thank you.
I am talking about best player. I'm not talking about
those
any of that.
Those things are always brought up, though.
We're talking about a guy that averages 28 points a game
what do you-
and 10 rebounds and 2 blocks.
Once again,
and
he's the only player on the team, so obviously he's not stats like that.
Really? I think Rudy Gay?
Oh, second best. He's not even an all-star.
He got Rudy Gay. He got Darren Collison.
Oh, Darren Collison?
Who
Darren Collison is putting up 16 points a game.
Once again,
How much
he's
is
nobody
Rose
on the
putting up?
team.
16.
How you say nobody's on the team when I just mentioned 3 other people?
First off, once again, he's going to take the majority of shots. He's going to just dish it to him down low. He's just going to post up. Carmelo Anthony is so much
He's the go-to
better.
player on the team. Then they have Porzingis putting up some points, and then Rose.
All right, and
putting up
Cousins
16.
is the go-to player on the team too.
Oh,
so,
of course.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Cousins is way better than Melo.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Damian
But I
Lillard.
understand what
Damian
Jesus
Lillard.
is saying.
Damian Lillard. I can see that because
I'll give
he's
you
a
that.
problem.
Okay, so you think Damian Lillard's better than Kyrie? Now that we bring it up.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay, I was just, I just.
That's a
First
good
off,
one.
Kyrie
See,
is not gonna
you
be
thought
a-
about it, but you said Lillard's better than
no.
Melo,
That's a
and
good
you
one.
thought about
Stop
it.
that.
Look at that. So that
First
right
off-
there. If
First off, he played. Damian Lillard's not better than Kyrie Irving. Damian Lillard's way better than Kyrie Irving.
all right, you can't say Kyrie's better than
know.
Damian Lillard and then say Lillard's better than Melo and not say
I know, I
Kyrie
didn't-
Irving's better than Melo.
I don't think-
That's a messed up triangle.
I
This is
don't
the
know.
wrong triangle you got.
Because Damian Lillard at the end of the day is going to be an MVP talk.
contender, yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's another guy who could play 2 positions. He can play the shooting guard and
I don't know.
the point
That's
guard.
that's debatable though. I don't know.
I just
I
don't
understand
I don't see Kyrie Irving being better than
I understand what
Carmelo.
you're both saying, but I don't know. That's debatable.
Now I got Jimmy Butler.
Hell no.
You're bugging.
Oh my
No.
God.
You're bugging.
This is where your list gets just bogus.
Oh, really?
really
Because
are.
next is Kawhi.
Kawhi, yeah, I'll
Yeah,
agree.
he's the best.
Of course.
Yeah, once again, that's another guy who could play multiple positions, who drives the floor, who plays defense.
And he can actually play defense unlike Melo.
He's arguably
Paul
the-
George.
No,
Not right now.
Don't undermine his stats because he's not
Man,
doing
dropping
terrible.
like 24 points a game.
Melo's dropping 24
22.
points a game.
Yeah,
Or he was dropping 22, even worse.
Mad close together. I think the Knicks have a better. Oh no, they don't have a better record, do they?
No.
I know they're both
No.
doing pretty bad.
yeah.
That's
So
what
what's your
playing
excuse? You're gonna say,
I was
oh,
just trying to think how
George,
it's-
George is the only person on the team. No, he got Ellis, he
George-
got T,
Paul
he
George-
got Jefferson, he got a
Miles
bunch of
Turner.
people.
I just think Paul George, if he's such a great player, he should be doing better than what he is.
I tell you what.
If Melo is such a good player, he should do better than what
Well,
he is.
my
I tell you what.
man's like 31 years old.
Paul
32
George-
years old.
I'm talking about right now. You're
If
gonna
Paul
bring up
George-
past shit? No,
if Paul
no,
George,
you can't do
If
that.
Paul George didn't break his leg in that USA scrimmage game, I'd give him better than Melo. Because you never know what Paul George would have done that
All right, let
following
me hear the
season.
rest. I'd put Paul George above.
Okay, Chris Paul.
Just 'cause he's young.
Yeah,
No, Chris Paul never even been to the Western Conference Finals.
yeah.
You think just because Melo made it once? And I'm talking about right now. Who's a better team right now?
I'll give it to Chris Paul.
You just wanted Melo to play with Chris Paul. Now you don't?
No, yeah, I do, but I don't think he's better.
I'll
Because
agree
Chris
with that.
Paul is a great player. I even got John Wall ahead of him.
No.
What?
He's playing on the worst
Hold on,
team.
hold
I can't even shoot.
Let me use your logic, but he could drive. That's your logic.
But once again, Carmelo can drive, shoot, dish, grab rebounds. Once again, he can do way more.
Wall could grab rebounds, assist, and drive as well. He's averaging
But can he
22,
shoot?
20. All right, that doesn't matter. Everybody have their weakness. Can Melo play defense?
John
No.
Wall plays spotty defense.
John Wall's averaging 20 points, 11 assists, and like 6 rebounds as well. So who are you telling to?
One of the worst teams in the NBA. He has to do everything. What is Bradley Beal doing? That's a good question.
That's a great question.
Like I
can't answer that for you.
The only news I heard
I'm
about
just
him is
saying
getting
it
that
as face
contract.
value. I got now these two I was throwing them in. I can't even front. Karl Anthony Towns.
No.
Eh.
This man is 20.
He did play a great game against the 76ers.
Yeah. He got,
That's
he
it,
got
like-
Embiid with that pump fake. I showed you guys that. But better than Carmelo?
No.
Hell no.
And I think Blake Griffin is better
No.
than Carmelo.
No.
I'm sorry, Blake Griffin's better
Why
than
do you
Carmelo.
think he's better than Carmelo? This is the
First
number
off, this
one.
man just learned how to shoot.
This is the biggest problem.
He
I
learned how
have
to
on the
shoot a
list.
few years ago, and I'm talking about right now. Stop bringing up past, because past doesn't matter. Blake Griffin is averaging 21 points a game and 9 rebounds, and as a big man, 4 assists. While shooting-
That means he just lobs it up to
DeAndre Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan just
Yeah.
throws it down.
So
I don't think Blake Griffin's better.
He's not better than Carmelo.
and
Who would you rather take in the playoffs, Carmelo or Blake?
Carmelo.
When you have
I
such,
thought you were going to say Blake there.
But the thing is, Carmelo's not even going to be in the playoffs. So what are we talking about?
I hope so, but it's not going to happen.
If
I
he goes
just-
on one of these teams, first off, Blake Griffin might be just heading out for Carmelo Anthony.
And honestly,
because they shopping him.
I ain't even say Draymond Green. Because we go... No, that was a transition to this next argument. Because Draymond Green said that he is one of the best players in the league. And Jesus' face just like... He's disgusted.
He's disgusted.
First off, I should be the last person to judge because I'm not playing the NBA. But still, like, you know what I mean? I'm not as good as these guys. I'm nowhere near, like, not even like a decimal close to them. Draymond
Your jump
Green,
shot again better.
Thank you. Draymond Green is literally one of the. I just don't think he's good.
Whoa, you almost said worse.
One of the worst best players in the NBA.
You're bugging.
Because I can name 20 guys I'd rather want than Draymond Green.
I disagree entirely.
That whole list, I would want all those guys than Draymond Green.
Keep going.
First off, he just plays on a great team. He gets all these assists. All you gotta do is drive the floor. Oh, who's open? Oh, KD. Who's open? Before KD. Oh, who's open? Steph. Oh, who's open? Clay. That's all he used to do. And then happen to grab. Yeah, you are 6'10". You should be able to grab 10 rebounds because you are the starting power forward. This man, he average like 10 points a game? So what he shoots a 3 occasionally and
doesn't take many shots though.
That's good because he can't shoot.
Whoa! He can't.
Did you see Game 7 of the NBA Finals?
Okay, everyone has a lucky game.
You just brought up Game 7 last argument.
Yeah.
With Kevin Love.
Yeah, because Kevin Love grabbed like 13 boards in the whole playoffs. He couldn't grab like 5 boards.
All right,
he came up.
That's one game though. I'm just saying you can't backtrack your argument.
Well, you do know that was the biggest game of their careers.
Well, yeah, everybody's career.
Yeah. Draymond Green.
Listen, Draymond. All right, the Warriors team, would they be better off without, like, all right, if Draymond Green was to leave, would the team be?
They wouldn't be jack shit.
Exactly. Now,
they would still be good.
If Clay was to leave, who would make more of a difference, Draymond or Clay? Draymond. Draymond makes way more of a difference.
I'll give it to Draymond being a pretty good defensive player.
He's the motor.
Pretty good?
LeBron shut him down.
What are you talking about?
What was it? He drove to the basket. He just blocked things. Like, don't do nothing.
Wait, we're talking about
Last
but
year
you
in the
just
finals.
said defense. Now you switch to offense. No,
I'm saying he's good at defense. Like, you know what I mean? He could play.
Yeah.
He can play the power
great
forward
at
and
defense.
Oh
my
that's
God!
True. That's true.
You just said Melo could play every position. Melo can't guard every position. This man could play every position and he could guard every position.
No, he can't. He can't guard LeBron James.
He'll do it better than half the league does.
Not better than Kawhi.
Oh my God, Jesus! You're just hating on him. You are absolutely hating on him.
Where do you have Draymond on your list?
So let me
just
top 20,
numbers
20,
wise. You don't have to
20.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I would say
I'll give him top 20.
But to you,
not top 20, like number 20, 21. Oh, like this guy's way better. Like that whole list you just named, way better than him.
For you to undermine his talent is disrespectful because Warriors team would be. If I don't know how to word it. I don't know how to word it. But if they were to lose Clay, it wouldn't mean as more if they were to lose Draymond.
Agree.
And if you think Clay means that much, Clay wouldn't be on the rumor board.
I'm just saying, you put Draymond Green on any other team, he would not make a difference.
All right, but he's making a difference.
Yeah, because you got the unanimous MVP and one of the best shooting guards in the league.
If you put Draymond Green on another team,
I agree to that. And
he's in the perfect system with that team. Curry, KD.
And then when I'm talking about best players in the NBA, you can put these guys and they'll make noise. You put LeBron James on the 76ers, they're probably top best 3 in the league. You put Steph Curry on a different team, they're probably still going to be a great team.
Yeah, of course.
Draymond Green happened to fall into a lucky system. I would love to see him go to another team and see if we're still talking about him the same way.
I agree entirely. I'm not preaching for Draymond. I just think you're underrating the man. I think he deserves all praise earned, and he deserves every praise he gets, man.
I don't think I'm so
he might go low sometimes by kicking people in the nuts and all
First
that
all,
other
he
stuff.
plays dirty.
He plays with more heart than the whole league.
KG played dirty. You can't forget him.
He plays with more heart than
more than LeBron James, who's been to 7 consecutive finals.
More heart.
No, he doesn't. Not more than LeBron James.
He's not with LeBron, but he's up there.
Yeah, what does he do? He gets one block and he does a double pump biceps. Talk about, did you see that block? Did you see? Like, I hate that he talks so much trash. I really do.
It's great.
And then says, "Oh, I can't wait to demolish the Cavaliers," which I like the level of
gonna.
competition.
I hope
so. The way the Cavs are playing this season.
That's a different argument. Why can't you trash talk?
I don't mind trash talk. I really don't.
You just said you hate how he trash talks.
Well, because he swears he's like, I'm the shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. You're not. So, stay in your lane. Yeah, I love the way you play defense and you drive that team to play better. But don't think that you're one of the top guys in the NBA. And that's what he said. He says he's probably, top 5?
No.
Please stop. Top 10? Top 15?
Do you think he's one of the best power forwards in the league, though?
Like, not really.
He's
just
probably the
not top
best
five.
power forward in the league.
Over.
AD.
Besides Anthony Davis.
Okay.
Besides
How
Anthony
about Blake
Davis.
Griffin?
Almost had a heart attack, bro.
I'd take Draymond Green.
How about Carl Anthony Towns?
I'll take.
Wait, did you
Draymond.
just say you would take Blake Griffin over Draymond?
No, I said I'll take Draymond over Blake Griffin.
Oh my god.
DeMarcus Aldridge? Because DeMarcus Aldridge chefed him up in the first game of the season.
I rather
He
have.
literally put his back to him and
I
said,
rather
"Stay right
have
there."
Green on the words than all those players you named.
Oh my god,
That's another day.
I'd rather take Christoph Porzingis because this man has so much
Oh
potential.
my god! Oh my!
Okay, I'm a Knick fan.
You pushed it.
Christoph
Pump the
Porzingis
brakes.
is a beast. For
For
as young as he is, as young as he is, he's gonna. We're looking at the new Dirk Nowitzki.
That's great.
Okay. Well,
I'm a Knick fan, but nah.
Pump the brakes.
No.
All right, we gotta wrap this up. We hit above an hour and everything. Let's say the upcoming games. We had more stuff, but because of time, I don't want to push it.
Upcoming games.
So Jesse's gonna hit us with the upcoming games, and we're gonna sign out.
Upcoming games. Bulls and Lakers.
All right. So we were
Lakers.
talking about how tough this Lakers schedule.
Yeah, and then
is.
we'll go into the upcoming games.
Lakers have a really tough schedule right
I have it all
now.
right here.
Oh, you have the whole thing.
Yep.
All
They're
right,
playing
cool.
the Spurs right now. You want to check on that game real quick?
I got you right now. We're losing by 12, but we were just tied in the halftime,
halftime.
so we're keeping a good game.
And then on November 20th, they're playing the Chicago Bulls. Do you think the Lakers might pull
I
it
can
out?
see them
I
win that
believe.
game.
Out of all the games, I say this is one we can win.
Okay.
Our
Wanna add something?
our tempo is a good counter. For
It is a tough
Bulls.
schedule. I know they got to play the Warriors twice.
Yeah, and the Thunder.
And the Thunder, if they can stay 500, like I was
That would
telling
be a
Christian
true
before,
testament of.
If they win 2 out of those games,
To be honest.
that's
I would
great.
say that if they can stay above water and not lose all those games,
Yeah.
they have a chance
I
to
hope
make it
they
to.
don't.
I think they can get to the A seed and take that away
Where-
from the Timberwolves.
What do you like?
Timberwolves,
fourth
do you
seed?
think they're making the playoffs?
Well, no, just because they're
I want
going
them
to get a
to.
little bit better through the
Right now,
seasons.
the
think
only
they're the fifth
competition
seed.
between the 8th seed, because we all say Trailblazers are making it. We all
of
say
course.
Jazz. Well, it's honestly Jazz and Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies.
Oh, yeah, I
Right
can see
now,
them being
right
better
now,
than
Lakers are
Grizzlies.
5th.
Wow.
So don't undermine.
If they can stay 500, I think
yeah.
they'll make it past.
The Thunder and Lakers. You think that'll be an L?
No, I can see them
We
winning that
we
game.
face them twice, right?
No, you play the Warriors twice after that game, though.
Okay.
I can see them winning that game.
I say that's
maybe.
another
Just the way
winnable
the Thunder have
game.
been struggling, and
Yeah.
then
That's
Yeah,
right.
I
Lakers
wasn't
been
aware
catching
the
fire.
Warriors. The Warriors. The Thunder were struggling like that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
not a
it's a winnable game. I can't say if we could win or not.
Okay, and then the Warriors twice in a row.
Oh nah, we're not gonna. Luck doesn't strike in that. The
Okay.
lightning
Who
don't
knows?
strike.
Once
in that.
once I say it again, their bench is really underrated, and I can see
And
them
that's
some-
Warriors.
bench
That's
in the
Warriors
league.
kryptonite.
That's what I'm saying. So I could definitely see them maybe
That's
stealing
one
If they
thing-
steal another one,
That's one thing we got against some of these teams because we got a counter for Bulls in tempo. We got a way better tempo.
And they got
and-
Luke Walton. He was assistant coach last year, so he knows some little dirty tricks that the Warriors struggling.
and they don't really know his.
Toronto Raptors against the Houston Rockets.
Ooh.
Interesting game.
Man.
It's so up in the air because some days the Rockets could be the best and beat the Spurs and lose to the Lakers. No offense. So you know what I mean? They're up and down team. If the Rockets, if
They
the
lost
Raptors
the
stay-
worst teams.
Yeah, if the Raptors are consistent, they can pull it out. You know what I mean? But once again, James Harden is still gonna get like 28 and 14.
Okay.
But him guarding DeMar DeRozan or Kyle Lowry might be tough for him.
Yeah.
I say Raptors.
Clippers and Pacers.
Clippers.
Oh.
Pacers have been getting it
Yeah,
together.
they've been getting
though.
better. Again,
They really
together.
have.
It's the Cavs without LeBron.
Honestly,
James.
Pacers are going to get it together. And they're going to turn around this season.
Clippers gonna blow out.
Blazers and Rockets in Portland.
I say
Blazers.
Rockets. I say Rockets.
I say Blazers. I say that's a game that Blazers need to win to get it together
Yeah.
almost.
Try to turn it around. In the
And
season.
they could counter the guards. So Harden will be firing, and you'll got McCollum and Lillard firing back at him.
Another Laker game. They already played in the season. The Hawks.
That's a
Think
tough,
they'll beat 'em
that's a
again?
tough-
Where we at? I think we might be at Lakers, Los Angeles.
Yeah,
now,
it's
right?
in LA.
Yep.
Especially Dwight going back to LA. They trying to,
Oh, they'll boo him.
But that'll either make Dwight play harder or play softer. It depends on how he is. But yeah, that's gonna be our episode for today. We ran through our things. We missed a few. We have a few, but maybe we'll just skip it to next episode because
Yeah.
we really we were passionate.
It was a pretty jammed episode this week.
We honestly had more. We were gonna do one, but we cut that short too. We had a whole bunch, but the arguments and it got really passionate and hot in here.
Just makes the next.
At the end of the day, we're still all friends.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
But
even though Carmelo's the go.
Carmelo's not top 15.
Top
I'm gonna
15.
keep jacking that.
Okay.
But
Okay.
we'll catch you next week, guys. This is recorded on Friday just give me a second.
18th?
Friday the 19th.
Oh, the 19th.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I see 19th because it's Saturday right now.
Oh.
But yeah, this has been recorded Friday. We're watching the Clippers blow out the.
No, actually,
Kings.
12 games, the 12 points.
They probably sat their bench.
Yeah.
We haven't been watching because we've been podcasting. But yes, this is gonna end it. Keep tuning in, guys. Thank you for everything so far.
Much love. Subscribe, like.
Keep watching our stuff. It's going to get better and better as we get deeper into our podcast. Stay tuned. We're going to keep hitting you with more vids.
And more different vids, I promise. We're going to be uploaded every Sunday on SoundCloud. Keep that in tune. And YouTube is a little spotty because it's a little tougher, but don't worry about that. We'll get it there too. So with that being said, we're out, guys. Have a good one.
Peace.